Just want to do a quick vlog so I can get something up today. You know, there might be a review later, probably more so tomorrow. As I mentioned with my sister's schedule, getting reviews done is a little crazy, but wanted to have a chance to come and chat with you. So, two things I want to talk about. Number one, I don't know if you guys, well, I'm sure you guys have heard by now, Super 7 is doing articulated Transformer figures. That I think is really cool. For those of you unfamiliar with the Super 7 pattern, they like to spread out the popular characters. Like, their stuff is for the real diehards. For example, their first wave of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures, which were based on the toys, was Raphael, a foot soldier, Baxter Stockman, and somebody else, like a maybe it was Shredder. I'm not sure. But the idea is you'll have to go through four waves to get all the turtles. They could have very easily have done them in the first wave, and let's be honest, they had done that. Most people would have stopped collecting the line. So it's very, I mean, the first wave I saw is very eclectic. You have Optimus Prime, which is great. But then you have a Starscream, but it's not just Starscream, it's Starscream's ghost. So that means later on we'll be getting another Starscream, and then we got two Action Masters, Bombshell, and Bonsai Tron. Now, how many random Transformer fans even know of Action Masters? So it'll be interesting to see. I think this is something geared towards collectors, but most Transformer collectors only go for uh, Transformers that transform. Go figure. I put in for the first wave. I mean, they are going to be very articulated. This is going to be better articulated figures than the red figures. They're going to be a little bit bigger and a little more articulated, and hopefully have a better quality to them. The only Super 7 figures I have in hand right now, and I haven't opened them yet, are their reissues of the Filmation, He-Man, and Skeletor. I've been meaning to pop those out just to really compare them with the Origins figures, but I'm having a lot of fun with the Origin figures, so it was kind of interesting. That He-Man, it has a much better ankle articulation, but it doesn't come with the what they call the I have the power hand, which is instead of the wrist going like this, it goes up and down, so you can extend it up, stuff like that. And Skeletor, of course, looks just like the cartoon, which is great. I'm really happy to see Skeletor, in the last 15 years or so, really come into its own as like the villain of the 1980s. You see him on T-shirts, memes, getting quoted. But yeah, so these Super 7 Transformer figures, I think are going to be good, but time will tell to see how far they go. As of right now, we've got listings for the next two waves with no pictures. And that's the other thing. Super 7 is a pre order only company. Like, stuff gets made to order. So if they don't get enough pre orders, they're not going to go. So hopefully, this line can have a bit of a life to it. The second thing I want to talk about is keeping with articulated figures, is Mezco 112. This is a company that was basically doing reissues of those action figures from the 1970s. Oh god, they just went out of my head. Wasn't There wasn't Mezco. Mezco wasn't the but basically with the cloth action figures, they're about 5-6 inches in height. I mean, real quality stuff. They did Marvel, DC, TV shows. Um, Oh, wow, I can't even. Just went out of my head. But anyway, that was how they started out. But then they started doing these, what they call their 112th series, which were 6-inch figures done with the detail and quality of Sideshow and Hot Toys 12-inch figures. Well, yesterday they revealed they're doing Destro from G.I. Joe. And I got a little bit of mixed feelings on it. Number one, Hasbro does have a higher end 6-inch line called Hyperreal. Right now, they've only done two figures, one a year, and it's been Star Wars. So I don't know why they couldn't do this in their hyperreal line unless they want to keep that to Star Wars. The other thing is the first face they showed was a very expressive, almost anime style Destro head with eyebrows and a grin with his teeth showing and the gums. And that just looks so foreign because that's not something Destro was ever able to do in the mask. Even in the original cartoon, which they did express the face a little bit more, but they never went that over the top. And in the comics, you barely got any movement at all out of that mask. Any emotion or feeling was shown by shading and stuff like that. But I mean, so that head really doesn't do it for me. The second head, which looks more like the traditional Destro head, I kind of dig. Now, we've only seen two photos. We have a general idea that the accessories are going to be two guns or something. I'm sure one of them will fit in a holster. I'm sure there's going to be more like a briefcase, money, stuff like that. But I mean, it'll be interesting to see. G.I. Joe fans and collectors are notoriously a little bit on the cheap side, and the Mezco figures usually go for at least $100. I don't know if I'll be able to pick this up just because of the whole can't get everything. And to be honest, I really still have a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to Hasbro and G.I. Joe because of how they've been doing the retro line and the classified series. Although I did have a thought the other day. My local Target has been very bare, like with everything, and I realize that it might be intentional that they don't want people shopping in their stores. Like, go in, get the necessities, get out. So maybe when things return to normal, we might actually see, like in my Target, rows of Cobra Troopers, rows of Vipers, rows of Beachheads, rows of Fireflies, boxes of Baroness on the motorcycle. So that might actually end up working out. But just the way they've been handling, I mean, the exclusive, that whole Cobra Island thing is a complete disaster. I mean, classified in general, I think is a complete disaster. Um, Not enough space for it on shelves. Apparently, some stores don't even know how to stock it. It's a whole thing. Hasbro fumbled the ball. They fumbled when they let the first wave out early into the hands of scalpers. And I'm sorry, that was I had a phone call, even though I have my do not disturb on, and it was a telemarketer. But they fumbled when they let the first wave go into the hands of scalpers, and they fumbled now with like having a store exclusive wave that is new molds of desired characters. So we'll see. We'll see about Destro. But yeah, I mean, that's about it. Just so you guys know, I'll probably be doing some form of live stream on March 3rd, like with comments and everything, because that's going to be my 10th anniversary of having my channel, like fully invested in my channel. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun. There'll be some special reviews, hopefully going up. I mean, I'm really gonna have to figure out how to do this, but yeah, we're gonna have a good time. So keep an eye out for a review. I think it's gonna be Optimus Primal, the Voyager class. We're gonna start getting into the Kingdom line a little more proper, and that'll be it. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.